Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Mofe Nana, and my Capstone project will be focusing on logistic technology and improvement in vaccination process. Um, a table of content contains the format which I will use to address the issues raised in the Capstone project. Excellent, please. Okay. Introduction. Several factors determine the integrity of on-transit temperature-sensitive products, especially when it comes to transportation of vaccination products. Cold supply chain is one way to address this issue. It maintains the integrity of temperature-sensitive product during transportation. This is becoming more common as there is an increase in global demand for vaccination, and as the demand increases, there's more stricter rules and regulations. However, in certain parts of the world, developing countries, it's hard to get many of these products to the people who need them, the vaccines to the people who need them. So with cold supply chain, it tells us how we can address these issues. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Despite vaccines saving millions of lives every year, about 19.7 million children aged 1 year and below do not receive basic vaccines, and that is a staggering amount, as you know. And vaccination gaps stem from inadequate storage capacity, temperature control, and stock management distribution. Improved cold chains will therefore bring flexibility and efficiency in managing vaccination in the supply chain. To focus on this, we'll focus on temperature monitoring technology, monitoring and tracking technology. Next slide, please. Immunization prevents millions of deaths annually. However, millions others, mostly children, aged only 5, die of vaccine-preventable diseases. And this is mainly because in developing countries, again, especially countries in Africa, many of these people do not have access to these vaccines. As to get to many of them, they live in remote areas. So by the time some of these vaccines are being transported to them, at times they go bad and they don't reach the children that need them. Next slide, please. Um, 80% of children worldwide receive the basic vaccination, but they still are a certain amount of children that do not receive the vaccine for many of these diseases. And what this process will do is it will help it get to them easily. And also, the other thing that I think that will mainly motivate Western companies to invest in this is that it can reduce costs for them. It can increase their bottom line. Next slide, please. Okay. For my model analysis, I went through the different stages, different phases of getting the vaccine to people in different countries. So for the first one, the planning phase, this is designing the vaccination campaign. This is primarily devoted to the designing of the Envision vaccination campaign. The stage includes such activities as sourcing, networking, planning, and inventory logistical management policies. The second phase is operationalization. This phase is the implementation stage. It involves the transportation of vaccines from national or central storehouses through a chain of distribution centers until they reach the end users. The last phase, this part is appraisal, which is evaluating the campaign. In this phase, this is the post-immunization phase. It entails evaluating the exercise to inform advocacy, educating, and training, and strategic planning. Next slide, please. Yeah. No, I already did. Next slide. So for the second bit of my model analysis, as established in the review, cold chain facilities come in various forms, including refrigerators, freezers, cold boxes, to maintain storage and distribution, specialized holding centers and transporting devices have been designed to maintain the required range of vaccine temperatures. Because most vaccines are shipped internationally, it is common for countries to have specialized or dedicated transport terminals for handling cold chain logistics beside refrigerated trucks. Cold transport technologies also come in the form of refrigerated containers, as you can see in these diagrams here. Many of these refrigerated containers are equipped with a myriad of technologies like unit load devices, and also many of them have different like technology like barcodes, technology that you can use to monitor, to track, to scan what is the certain package that will be in the box, what is the temperature that the vaccine needs to be at, so it doesn't go bad when it's getting to the people who need it. Next slide, please. So continuing from where I was talking, this technologies basically helps you in tracing of the product, which helps you know the different places it will be, the different locations it will be, as different countries have different temperatures. This is very good, and it means that you could know, for example, how to create your material so that, the technology you come up with will be able to be used in different parts of the world. And another new form to monitor this is a blockchain. With blockchain, it helps lower operational costs. It's higher logistical efficiency. So that means things will be able to go to the people that need them much quicker. Instant data verification, so data will be gathered more quickly. It will take less time. And this will lead to reduction in operational costs, as blockchain can provide real-time monitoring, advanced end-to-end tracking, like I said. It helps manufacturers and shippers to avoid vaccine deterioration that could arise from the disruption in the cold chain. With efficiency, I think this part would probably help the managers managers most, because the managers will be able to look at and see where, for example, where there's a lapse in getting products to the people, where there is a problem. So it helps. I believe it should be a good tool for the managers to use. The with verification, it will prevent things like damages to the vaccination vials. The vaccination vials that need to get to people, it will prevent that, because for the, you know, the ones that will not be good for a certain in a certain area, and the boxes that you're meant to use for that one, you know, the different range of the different range of technologies needed for different products. Next slide, please. So what this diagram shows is different transportation to different areas of the world, and it shows the sensors tracking light, pressure shock, temperature, humidity. So basically the technology, you can see it's working. It's tracking the movement of products, the humidity, the change in temperature in different parts of the world. For example, I know in most African countries, for example, my country, Nigeria, is extremely hot there. So this would be a good tool for anyone transporting vaccines to anyone in that country. It helps you know that you need a certain type of a box that has this specific technology that can adapt to this weather. Next slide, please. Extended control temperature change. Well, this basically applied thermostable vaccines that are able to tolerate a specified temperature above 8 degrees for a specified number of days. So with this basically helps for products that can be transported, that should be transported for a long period of days, say for example for 3 days. For 3 days, if you're transporting a vaccine vial, that will take a long time to get to a country that is probably 14 to 24 hours away. Before it will get to the people in the villages, it will take another 24 hours. So this technology is especially very good for them. Next slide, please. For my results and recommendations, vaccines and supply chain are very complex. They involve numerous processes and players. And also with regulation, the regulation that comes with it is not helping, I think. They are prone to many challenges that interfere with drug delivery. Vaccine supply chain lags behind other key sectors in technology adoption. Current cold chain practices are therefore inadequate for vaccine transportation. Efforts to adapt to real-time tracking and modern cold chain shipping are on the way. Especially with this current coronavirus that has happened, I feel that could be applied. I would like to see how this could be applied to transportation of coronavirus vaccines to different parts of the world, except the Western world. My recommendation, developing accurate cold chain models to identify capacity gaps, matching technology with the needs of specific countries or regions, training technicians to address technical glitches, improving infrastructure in areas with logistical problems, adhering to the specified guidelines for storing and handling of vaccines. To conclude, several countries are pursuing different technologies to address this issue, and I believe eventually in the future, many of the challenges we face today will go, and probably as people can get things faster to make sure that many of these issues will definitely be addressed. Such pursuit will help reduce operational costs while enhancing logistical efficiency and data verifiability. Next slide, please. My references. I just want to give a thanks to my advisor, Professor Baron Nang. I'm very grateful for your help and your constant checking on me to see whether I'm done with my project. Thank you very much.
Great job. Thank you. That was very relevant to everything going on. I think that answered a lot of questions for a lot of people. That was really good. Thank you.
Thank you.